You're making a claim that we're on a flat Earth.
Yeah, triangulation proves it. You can only do this triangulation if the surface of Earth is flat. I've already stated that several times. Now you're talking about beach balls and begging the question of spheres. You still haven't acknowledged whether or not you understand what a begging the question fallacy is. Do you or don't you?
I absolutely do, and I believe
What's a begging the question fallacy?
I believe you're doing it.
I'm not doing anything. I'm talking about triangulation. That's facts. Not begging the question of anything. If you are triangulating, you will, fact, have a straight, flat baseline. That's not begging the question. That's a fact.
Agree with that 100%.
Right. So now when you say, if we're negotiating a sphere, that's you begging the question. Do you understand?
But you're saying...
Do you understand?
Of course I do. I live on a flat Earth.
So don't beg the question here, dipshit. Don't be a retard using logical fallacies like assuming you're on a sphere when you try to prove it. You're just a liar.
A 0 point...
Liar. It is a competition, one you thought you'd win 3 bitcoins in. You are now lying about what you consider this to be. You do consider it to be a competition.
Which I'm losing.
Mike, can you pop yourself on mute if you're not talking? You're causing all sorts of audio chaos.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Hi, Mike. Who are you?
Who am I? I'm here to talk with Dave this morning. I'm looking for a couple of Bitcoin.
Oh,
okay.
I see. Okay.
Or it's 3, I hear now.
Well, do you think he's going to be on the show?
What's that? Do I think he's going to be on the show?
Yeah.
He told me he was.
Yeah. Okay. So, what do you think about the sextant argument?
What is the sextant argument?
Really? Yeah, you're not aware of it?
Hold on.
Yeah, let's go.
Hold on.
Tell me what you got.
Okay. You're unaware of the sextant argument, but you're here to prove the Earth's a sphere, right? For 3 Bitcoin.
Well, I happen to have a sextant, and I've taught myself celestial navigation, and I'm quite familiar with it. So I'm interested to hear what you guys are saying.
How'd you get a straight baseline on a sphere?
What's that?
How do you get a straight baseline for your triangulation with the sextant on a sphere?
Well, if you're doing spherical geometry, you don't need a straight baseline.
Well, thank you for answering the question then, because the sextant doesn't do spherical geometry.
Did you need the question again?
What are you referring to as a straight?
I'll say it slower. Slower, maybe? Triangulation with a sextant. How do you, with your sextant, get a straight baseline for triangulation on a sphere?
I only need to measure the height of the celestial object above the apparent horizon.
Apparent horizon? So your baseline would be the apparent horizon, would it? Don't seem to be answering me. So straight, flat line to the horizon then?
Correct.
Welcome to Flat Earth.
So, how far away from...
Why are you asking me something? I've just welcomed you to Flat Earth. Your sextant doesn't work on a spherical surface. It needs a straight baseline for triangulation. Can only work on a flat surface. Welcome to Flat Earth.
I'd like to double that welcome. Welcome to Flat Earth.
Yeah, I'm not.
So, no curved line can work with the sextant, can it? Straight line to the horizon for triangulation. Beyond the horizon, straight line to the GP of the star, right? Got your tongue? Straight baseline
No.
to the GP of the star, right?
Why do I need a straight baseline to the GP of the
For
star?
triangulation.
You're saying words,
For
but
triangulation. Did you not hear me? Maybe
not-
repeat what I've said
I'm
to
not
respond. For triangulation. Third time I've said it.
okay. So let's do this then.
So for triangulation then. So why do you need a straight line to triangulate? Because that's what a triangle needs.
No,
Can you
can I-
acknowledge
can I
that?
talk?
Can you acknowledge that?
Can I talk?
Maybe you could acknowledge that to do triangulation, you've got to have a straight, flat baseline, not curved. Don't
Not
seem to be
actually how celestial
responding.
navigation-
Seem to be pausing and then not
That's not
responding. What's going on? Just respond.
That's not. Can you hear me responding? I'm talking, but so are you.
So straight baseline for a triangle is required for triangulation. Line from you to the GP of the star. You seem to be talking straight through the middle of me. What's going on?
I'm trying to.
You're trying to talk straight through the middle of me? What's going on? I'll say it again.
You're asking.
I'm
you're
not
asking me to
asking
answer.
you. I'm telling you. Fact. Straight.
Oh, okay.
You don't need to talk while I talk. I'm telling you. Flat, straight, baseline, to the horizon and beyond to the GP of the star you are triangulating with. Not a curved line. Not spherical triggers, you've already responded. Straight, flat, line to GP of star. Do you comprehend this?
Well, apparently the only answer I can say is yes.
Well, that's because it's a true fact, isn't it? Are you going to you can disagree and say, no, triangles have got curved bottoms. You can disagree. I'll just laugh at you because I know what a triangle is.
So if I want to build a balloon and I need to figure
Sorry,
out...
we were talking about triangulation. And I need you to understand that this triangle only works on a flat plane. I don't want to talk about balloons. We're talking about triangles and triangulation and sextants.
If I need to build a balloon...
We're not building balloons, we're navigating with stars.
How would you be building a balloon for?
We're not building a balloon. We are navigating with stars using a sextant with its straight, flat base on a flat surface. That's what we're doing.
So I'm only allowed to listen to you and agree with you.
If you
I'm
can
not
tell
allowed
me
to-
how you can triangulate on a spherical surface, maybe you could do that, because so far we've welcomed you to Flat Earth because this triangulation method only works on a flat surface.
Can I reason with you, or can I just listen
Can you
to
challenge
say-
it? You could challenge it. Don't ask permission. Say, no, you can get a triangle on a curved surface, and I'll laugh at you. Or you could acknowledge that triangulation only works on a flat plane. Fact.
Get a beach ball, put 3 points on
Sorry,
it.
we're not getting beach balls. We are dealing with navigation on the surface of the plane, not beach balls. Did you use your sextant on a beach ball?
Again,
Did you use your sextant on a beach ball?
if you will let me talk and reason with you,
Sorry, I'm asking you if you've used your sextant on a beach ball, yes or no.
a statement.
Sorry, are you deaf?
But if all you're
Have
gonna
you
do is
used your
yes,
sextant on a beach ball, or is it a tool for navigation on the surface of Earth?
do we have to understand the underlying concept before we use the sextant?
What, triangulation?
Correct.
Right, yeah, that's what I was discussing. Now you're talking about beach balls.
Now, if we're going to navigate on a sphere,
Oh, sorry, why are we begging the question of a sphere? That's a logical fallacy.
if we're navigating on a sphere,
I heard you the first fucking time! You stupid clown, that is a begging the question fallacy. Are you deaf?
then we need to
Oi!
understand.
Oi, shut your mouth. Listen to the words coming out of my mouth. Listen,
Well,
don't
sorry.
talk. Shut up,
Okay.
don't talk, listen. Don't talk. To assert that you're already on a sphere is begging the question. Do you understand what a begging the question fallacy is?
Aren't you begging the question by...
No, you're making a claim about the sextant.
You're making a claim that we're on a flat Earth.
Yeah, triangulation proves it. You can only do this triangulation if the surface of Earth is flat. I've already stated that several times. Now you're talking about beach balls and begging the question of spheres. You still haven't acknowledged whether or not you understand what a begging the question fallacy is. Do you or don't you?
I absolutely do. And I believe
What's a begging the question fallacy?
I believe you're doing it.
I'm not doing anything. I'm talking about triangulation. That's facts. Not begging the question of anything. If you are triangulating, you will, fact, have a straight, flat baseline. That's not begging the question. That's a fact.
Agree with that 100%.
Right. So now when you say, if we're negotiating a sphere, that's you begging the question. Do you understand?
But you're saying...
Do you understand?
Of course I do.
So don't beg the question here, dipshit. Don't be a retard using logical fallacies like assuming you're on a sphere when you try to prove it. That's a logical fallacy.
Wait a minute.
Stop talking through the middle of me. Stop talking through me.
Wait a minute.
Not wait a minute. You begged the question, you assumed a sphere. That's a logical fallacy, you idiot.
Okay, and...
Not okay! You are a clown. You have begged the question. Don't use that fallacy here ever again.
Okay.
Good dog. Don't beg the question. Don't talk through me while I insult you for being stupid. You're stupid. You just begged the question. That's a logical fallacy. You think you deserve Bitcoin? Oi! Do you think you deserve Bitcoin?
Oh, of course not.
What, for begging the fucking question? Laugh it up, you stupid retard. You just begged the question. You don't deserve Bitcoin. You've got nothing but fallacy so far.
I think he's trying to invoke spherical geometry there.
Yeah, I know he's trying to beg the question. I've tried to point it out to him and he's laughed at me because he's an insulting little prick who thinks that his logical fallacy is funny when I point it out to him. Do you think this is funny? You begging the question like a fallacious moron?
Am I allowed to talk?
Are you allowed to answer my question? Do you think it's funny that you used fallacy? Because you laughed when I pointed it out.
Yes, I find it quite comical because...
Comical that you've begged the question? Oh, really? I don't find it funny. I find it moronic. You are a moron. You have begged the question, moron. I don't find that funny. I highlight to a live audience that it's fallacious.
You are assuming we're on a flat Earth.
I'm not assuming anything. I've described triangulation, which fact requires a straight baseline. That's a fact. I haven't begged any questions. I've stated a fact. You assumed that we're going to be working with a sphere. You have begged the question. Now you're projecting your logical fallacy onto me. Don't.
Not if you're using a sphere and...
Sorry, I'm not here trying to win Bitcoin for proving Earth's flat. You're here to try and prove the Earth's a sphere to win Bitcoin. Don't tell me I'm begging the question. Who cares? You're the one trying to win Bitcoin, idiot. Don't tell me what I've done. All that matters is what you've done when you attempt to get 3 Bitcoin. And what you have done is beg the question. Do you understand?
Well, this isn't my proof. I just said I have a sextant.
Right, and it doesn't work on a globe.
So you say.
No, when you begged the question, you used a logical fallacy. Cat got your tongue?
Okay.
Not okay, retard. That's you using a logical fallacy. Why'd you keep saying okay when I point out how thick you are?
It's me sitting here listening to you yell at me is all that's happened so far.
No, I've sit and listened to you tell me that we're going to be assuming spherical.
And I've sit and listened to you claiming that we're going to assume flat.
Sorry, I'm not claiming to get flat proof to win Bitcoin. It matters not what I do here. All that matters is what you do to prove you are on a sphere and you have begged the question. Isn't this sinking in? You think by reversing this failure onto me, that somehow that's going to win you Bitcoin?
Are we having a reasonable discussion or are we not?
No, we're having a fallacious discussion with a moron who begs the question. That's what we're doing. Not reasonable, fallacious. That's you. Hello? You asked if we're having a reasonable conversation, and I've told you, no, we're not. We're having a fallacious discussion with a fundy who begs the question. That would be you. No response.
You're not letting me discuss or raise or in any way try to explain my position. The moment I try to say anything and try to use a little bit of explanation, you cut me off and say I'm an idiot.
Sorry, the moment you start assuming that you're on a sphere? The begging the question fallacy. What you mean, the moment you begged the question, I shut you down and pointed out that it was a fallacy? That's right. Did you not like that? Did you think I should let you get to the end of your fallacious logic? Babble on incessantly with your fallacious reasoning that started with the assumption of the very thing you're trying to prove. Should I have let you babble on indefinitely with that shit? Because it was fallacious and I shut you up immediately as soon as you begged the question. Didn't you like it?
What?
I shut you down the second you begged the question.
So what is spherical geometry then?
Your assumption. That'd be you begging the question. That's about the 5th time I've told you that.
No.
Yeah. When you assume spherical trig, you're assuming you're on a sphere. That's a begging the question fallacy. Clearly, you're going to try and justify your automatic assumption of the very thing you're trying to prove. That's fallacious. It's called a begging the question fallacy.
Correct.
Yes, so that's the end of your fucking argument.
Yeah, let me fuck myself some more.
Go ahead.
So we have a sealed container, which the gas is expanded to fill, and that's where we're getting our pressure from. If we have gas in it,
then we must have containment for it to be at pressure.
Correct. Why does gas...
Sorry, why are you asking me something? Do you want to acknowledge what I've just stated? Your fundy sphere belief does not have containment. Your example that you're now about to launch into has containment. So we're conceding, you are conceding, that Earth must have containment then, for this example to make sense.
I am conceding that the Earth is contained, yes.
Welcome to flat Earth. Oh, it must be, because we've got gas pressure. That's the end of your argument. Sorry, that's the end of your time here. Your claim is that we've got a sky vacuum and an open system on a sphere Earth. You explaining how we'd have that gas pressure with a sky vacuum hasn't come our way. What has is you conceding that we must.
Right.
Right. So welcome to flat Earth. The sky is not a vacuum. The gas would fill the space.
Very good. I live on a flat Earth and...
Welcome to flat Earth.
Very good. I accept this. As I go up in that sealed container...
Sorry, why did you think you'd win Bitcoin? You've just admitted you live on a flat plane and conceded we're contained.